Hi, I'm Marty Nemko. This is another short story from my book, Soloists. There are 125 short stories of introverts and outsiders facing a dilemma. This is called The Hope Giver. I was an oncologist and felt burned out from giving bad news. I'm sorry, at stage 4. We could try another round of chemo, but when I began as an oncologist, my patients thought I was unusually caring, taking plenty of time. Guidelines be damned. I cared so much that when a patient left the exam room, I often crept to my office, closed the door, and cried. I usually came home drained and eventually succumbed to an occasional Vicodin to dull my sadness. But over time, to insulate myself further from the pain, I became briefer, more distant, and eventually even cold, especially if the patient was asking what I thought were dumb questions. Patients complained to the head of my practice, and finally I was let go. They said, "You need a break." But at age 64, I didn't have the drive to look hard for another job, let alone to start a solo practice. So I made only desultory efforts, sort of retiring without officially telling that to anyone or even to myself. After a few months of trying to stay busy with reading, hiking, and binge-watching, I was feeling bereft, youthless. Not youthless, that too, but useless. Then one day, when I was feeling particularly sorry for myself, sitting in an outdoor cafe, I noticed a woman reading a book on job hunting. I didn't want to reveal that I, too, could use a job. That could be disheartening to her and embarrassing to me, so I asked her, "Getting anything from the book?" She said, "I guess, maybe a little hope, but it feels a little empty, like motivational speaker over-optimism." "Each and every one of you can do it." Her face dropped just slightly, like she was trying to hide her despondency, like I was. Wanting to give her realistic hope like I used to do with my early patients, I offered a couple of possibilities, hoping she'd latch on to one. In addition to a cover letter, you want to try including a one-pager about your philosophy of work or how you tackle the job? Or how about making your LinkedIn profile specific to the exact kind of work you'd most enjoy? That way you'd stand out to that employer who's looking for a needle in the haystack. "I like that idea," she said. "I'd love to write catalog copy for a gardening company, seeds, plants, supplies." A little embarrassed, but feeling good, I said, "I gotta go. Good luck." But as I walked away, I realized that giving her hope, realistic hope, gave me pleasure while giving people something they desperately need. So I kept my eye out for opportunities to give people realistic hope. My friend who was taking longer than expected to recover from COVID. My other friend who so wanted to meet Mr. Right. My father, who was increasingly sad as he faced mortality. All that felt good, but I felt an urge to do something bigger. But for months, nothing came to me. Then, I was listening to a podcast urging kids to learn to code, computer code, both for jobs of the future and to improve critical thinking. Without thinking about it much, I bought 100 older generation but still fine iPhones, 90% less expensive than the current models. Loaded it with great beginner, intermediate, and advanced courses on how to code, visited high school classrooms in rural India, and gave a few phones to each teacher to give to students who would likely the most of those coding interactive tutorials. I have no idea how much good that did, but I did return home feeling, hope. In any case, that story is called The Hope Giver. It is one of the 125 in my book, Soloists. I'd welcome you checking it out on Amazon, as well as welcoming your thumbs up on this video and accept your thumbs down. I always look forward to your comments, and especially like it if you hit the share button below. Share on your social media so that my efforts can have broader impact. And I am flattered if you choose to subscribe to my channel. In any event, I do thank you for watching. I am Marty Nemko.